afternoon, everyone. This is Rory Comiskey, and you're watching Igniting American Manufacturing. I had to go look back there. And I have Lance Brown from 180 Products with us today, and we're going to talk to Lance here. Lance, hello. Welcome.
Nice to meet you, Rory.
And I just want to do a couple of quick announcements. Some really cool stuff happening in the news and manufacturing. And here's one. This is kind of just growing. And this is third week in a row I get to do this. Global Foundries, a semiconductor facility up in upstate New York, just announced an apprenticeship program. Now that's the third one of those 3 weeks in a row. So the week before, prior, Micron announced theirs and Intel. So I always talk about in workforce development, the trifecta, if we're going to meet our needs, which are urgent, and I'm on a soapbox and repeat myself on that, but we have urgent needs in manufacturing, that we need academia, we need government, and we need the OEMs and manufacturers. And I always finish with the manufacturers are going to have to do the heavy lifting in that sector. So between Intel and Micron and Global Foundries, they're doing the heavy lifting, and that needs to be applauded. These are great programs. Most of them wind up with an associate's degree. They're paid apprentices. They go to school at night and they work in the field during the day, like just as they were in a trade. So that is great, workforce development. Where the pendulum is starting to swing in the right direction. So I love making announcements like that. Do you want to say, I've done this before, I will be the chairperson for the future of EV battery manufacturing Gigafactory in Berlin in December 4th and 5th. I'll be chairing that, and I'll be presenting smart manufacturing, the Smart Manufacturing Initiative. So looking forward to that and talking about some of my favorite subjects, and that will be broadcast as well. So now, and this is going to lead in my last little announcement. I did a little research prior to coming here, and I was talking with Lance before the show. I work predominantly and built large manufacturing facilities with 5,000 to 6,000 craft people and these big mega facilities. And the truth of the matter is, that is a small portion of manufacturing. And I looked this up. 80% of our businesses in this country are small businesses, and they're the lifeblood of our industry. As far as manufacturing goes, 75% of manufacturers in this country have less than 100 employees. 50% of manufacturers have, 25 to 30% of manufacturers have less than 50 employees. So that constitutes, of those folks, that's 3.2 million to 3.9 million jobs in the small manufacturing sector. Again, they're the lifeblood. So these big projects I work on, they're kind of get a lot of press, but at the end of the day, and it's a misnomer, they're not the lifeblood. It's the small folks. When I hesitate to say small, it's the family-owned, it's the entrepreneur that's out there doing stuff, and that leads us into Lance Brown. Welcome, Lance.
Yeah, nice to be here, Rory.
So, Lance, like I said, you're in the manufacturing business.
Yes.
And you're actually making your product here in Jacksonville.
Yes.
100% U.S. made, Jacksonville made. That's awesome. I want to back up a little bit. You started off your working career in the military, correct?
Yes, I did. 12 years in the Navy, and then moved on to contracting, and then found my passion, and all came from an issue with my daughter, and just trying to find a solution, and that's what sparked my change in direction and what we did.
Okay, so a Navy career.
Yes.
And how many years?
12.
12. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. 15 years of contracting.
Yes.
And if I heard that right, they say necessity is the mother of invention. You had a daughter had a health issue, and you looked for for something to alleviate that and work on that. I understand you went back and got another degree.
Yeah, so I became a master herbalist, and that was basically to help enrich and understand and learn, because everything was research, trying to find a solution, trying to the challenge was always, there's an issue, you can try everything, doctors will give you prescriptions, you can try over-the-counter stuff, but when something doesn't work, I got tired. I knew there had to be something. And traveling all over the world, you see different types of cultures utilizing herbal base. And I just decided, hey, there has to be some truth behind this. And so I just dug in, and there's a lot of my product in the landfill trying to create. So,
well, if necessity is the mother of invention, trial and error and failure are part of the process.
Yes.
Anybody who's ever made anything will tell you that. So,
yes.
Some of our failures are biggest lessons. So, so a great story. It's very intriguing. A father's love and wanting to take care of their child, and not taking the status quo or the canned answer and researching. So tell us a little bit about your product. Tell us what you came up with.
So my first product was a healing salve base, which was like more of a diaper ointment to solve issues. Later on, being in the military, and I basically the muscle cream, I just aches and pains, and I wanted something that worked. So I created a muscle cream. A lot of people, like other products on the market, I wanted something that was effective, not just placebo effect. So I wanted an herbal base that would work throughout the process, not just that ooh-ah feel. So I created this to use on myself, my family, one of our biggest sellers. We have our arnica cream for severe bruising, anti-inflammatory, and also our healing salve, which is for cuts, scrapes, after surgery, scars, calloused feet, you name it. It takes care of that.
You showed me some pictures before and after on your phone just prior to this interview. Hopefully we can throw some of those up afterwards and show it. So, and that's the muscle cream.
Yes.
All right. What else do you have in
So we have the other ones I was talking about, the arnica, and I have some samples of these here. The arnica cream, and that's more for bruising, arthritis, anti-inflammatory. This was created basically for my mother. She had an issue with being on blood thinners after a heart attack, and she didn't like the skin bruising and everything. So I actually created that for her. Every one of our products were created for a family, friend, or a solution to fix a problem.
Goes back to that necessity is the mother of invention.
Exactly. Okay. And so, and the same thing with the healing salve, this for cut scrapes. Originally was created for a diaper ointment, then perfected into a more roundabout product for that.
Well, and I talk a lot, about high-tech manufacturing. That's my wheelhouse. But like I said, the small manufacturer is the heart and soul of manufacturing, and it's great to see a family-owned business.
Yes.
And the reasons why you did it are applaudable. Tell me a little bit. So, 180 products made here in Jacksonville.
Yes.
American made. Talk to me a little bit. So the results have been good. The feedback you've been good from what you tell me. Tell me a little bit about your growth plan. Where does 180 products go from here?
So our objective is to be nationwide, from pain centers to chiropractic to physical therapy clinics, which we are in. And we also wanted to broaden the horizon. So we listened to our customers, and the biggest thing we had in outreach, especially during the COVID time, was people asking, requesting, listen, we use your product, we believe in your product, we love your product, but can you do anything for our animals, for our pets, for our horses? And we had such an outpouring request for certain products that we just dove down. I mean, we had time, during COVID. I went back into the lab, and I just started working and creating new products for a complete equine line. And we're actually working on a pet line for canines now too. So we wanted to take the same product, not only for humans, but say, hey, how can we perfect it? Because the animals have muscles, they got joints, they have tendons, they have pains. But also the great thing about it is the people, the caretakers of these animals have pains, have muscles, have joints. So we wanted to be able to take care of the whole family, including the pets.
Well, I know a lot of families that have older dogs and have issues with their hips, and watching them suffer and all that is pretty tough. So, you know, I'm a first generation American. My mom and dad are born in Ireland. I believe in the American dream.
Yes.
I believe in reshoring and building our manufacturing. I believe in entrepreneurs. You know, the greatest asset that this country has, and its greatest asset is always had, and it's what's holding us up in the market today, despite offshore and all that, is we are a nation of innovators.
Yes.
You know, we think out of the box more so than anybody. You know, I spent a lot of time in Asia, and they're really good at what they do. They're really good at copying. And the Europeans, you know, they're pretty decent innovators, but not like us. I'll be honest with you. You know, people came here, you know, immigrated here with a dream. We're a country of dreamers, you know, and so I mean, you're an example of that. I mean, what you've done is just applaudable. You know, I mean, a dad, you know, looking to make his daughter feel better and going back and getting a degree and get into a lab and figuring this out, and then you're making it all here. So, you know, we talk here about manufacturing champions, and I want to let you know you are one. You know,
Thank you.
We appreciate that. So, I wish you the best of luck.
Great.
Now, real simple. If folks want your product, where do we need to go?
You can go right to 180products.com, all spelt out, or you can just go 180products.com, and we have everything right there online.
Great.
Yeah.
Lance, thanks for coming in. We
Thank
hope to have you back. I really want to, you know what? I want to have you back in a year or so. I want to know, I want to hear about your growth.
Perfect.
I want to hear about your growth for sure, you know, and we'll be wishing you the best with that. So
Thank you so
sir.
much, Rory.
Thanks.
Appreciate you having me.
All right.
All right. Thank you.